Yesterday I was playing Vertigo with some old friends of mine and there were some struggles with getting ramp control. After the game they asked me what they could have done differently, so I thought to myself, why not make a video about it so you can learn something too. By the way, don't forget my coaching giveaway where you can get lucky and win one free coaching session. Every week I do 2 free coaching sessions beside my normal ones, so if you don't have the funds for a paid coaching session right now, you may get lucky and win a free one. All the info you need will be in the description. So usually when you're playing A side on Vertigo, you will have 3 players. You will have one guy that's holding the short area here, one guy that's playing more towards the crane area here or sandbags, and one rotator player that may help you on the ramp side early on the round and then falls back towards mid, or just gives you some utility early on the round to help you gain control over this area. The first thing you want to understand as a CT is if you want to prevent the Ts from pushing up ramp here very early, it's very important that you try to hold control over this area here. The reason for that is if you allow the Ts to push you back on short here, it becomes very easy for them to fight this ramp area. But if they don't have this control, it gets a lot more difficult for them to fight the area here on the ramp, because the CTs can just play around the smoke here, maybe play a position like this, and then they have a pretty strong crossfire to kill anyone that's trying to come up the ramp. As a short player, that's your responsibility, and you want to make sure that you're gaining a lot of control early on the round. You can start off by using a smoke like this, and even if the Ts decide to molly you, you can just simply jump out here and play a position like this, and then you can just stay here and hold onto the control for a moment. If you're the second A player, so you're the one that's going crane, you can simply just run towards the crane area here and then just do a molly like this, and if you want you can even flash one time and peek here. Obviously there's a risk on someone holding you like this, but this is kind of rare in packs, and you also don't have to full commit here. You can just quickly check for info, or if the Ts like to take control very fast, you can simply just toss a nade here and then just wait for a moment. And if no one is coming out, you can then just move towards the sandbag area and use the smoke like this. This smoke is gonna completely block off ramp, and now you're allowed to move towards this area here. You can do a little bit of spam in case anyone is standing here on the right wall. And then what you can do, you can now try to take over the short area again, because by this time the short smoke that was thrown earlier here will fade. While this smoke is up, you can then check short again together and maybe even do a small little double peek where you peek behind here and your teammate is just peeking out here and you try to get a kill. And then you're pretty much done for blocking any early actions, and you can fall back here and maybe transition into a boost and then just play a position here where you watch the ramp, or you can just boost on the right side here where you jump on top of this orange thing, and then you can watch short and ramp. Now if the Ts are playing very aggressive towards the A side, the rotating player might want to help you, and there are a couple of things that he can do. First of all, he can do the short smoke, so there's one left to resmoke. Then he can drop a flash, obviously not like so, flash like this, and this flash is going to blind anyone that's trying to run up the ramp. And then he will just move towards this area and play with his other teammate together, and then again the other guy can just smoke the ramp and you can try to take control over it. The goal of this setup is just that you have 2 players in this area in case the Ts decide to smoke the molly. So in case the Ts decide to smoke the molly like this and then maybe just flash out and run up the ramp, now you will have 2 players that are able to fight this area. And again, we will have a short player that can easily come out here and help us with this fight. And if he gets molly off in this position, so he's not able to play this position, he can simply just always toss a molly like this, which will make it very hard for the Ts to progress here, and then they're pretty much forced into jumping up the sandbag. And if you have 2 players here, the right one should always be just focused on this position, so anyone that's jumping up here will get instantly headshotted. So now again, if you have blocked this early and then you have fallen back into a boost position, which I would totally recommend because people are just not aware of boost and you can get a free kill like this. But what are you going to do after this? Like, what is the setup you can fall into? One general rule that I would tell you is that you want to mostly focus on the ramp area and leave short pretty much alone. The reason for that is with the new update, this hole here in the wall makes it very easy for any B rotator or mid player to just simply hold this area. And obviously the Ts are able to throw smokes like this, which bloom down, and then they cover, obviously there's a better one, but you get the idea, they cover this area. But in pucks, this gets very rarely used, which means that it's super easy for any mid player to hold the short area, and as soon as you're not exposed, or as long as you're not exposed towards this area and people have to cross here to actually see you, it's really not necessary for you to hold onto the short area. So what you can do, for example, you can play a position like this where you fight from here and then fall back. The only thing you need to be obviously careful about that you're not standing back here and then you're exposed to short. Or what you can do, you can play positions from here or maybe back here from heaven, and then you can have your second guy play a position like this where he's just waiting for anyone that's trying to push. Because let's say you have someone in connector, he's peeking. Usually what the T's want to do is peek like this because they don't want to get exposed from short, since if they're peeking like this they get exposed to two angles here. So if they're peeking from further back here, you have a pretty strong off angle if you're just sitting here, and you can even move a little bit forward and peek out. And this guy has a pretty good bait for his teammate on the catwalk area. Alternatively, you can just play positions from back here, and you can even flash for your teammate by just getting into this corner, aim at this little thing and do a left and right click jump throw. And with this flash, your teammate is going to be able to peek here, and anyone that's coming up the ramp will get completely blinded by this flash. And again, the main concept you want to understand is that your job is holding onto this area, and you leave your rotator players to take care of the short area. If you have an orb on the A side and you have a pretty good spawn, you can simply just come towards this area here and peek down ramp, and one of your teammates can just jump on top of this thing and just release a flash like so, and this flash is going to blind anyone that's trying to hold short or anyone that's trying to push up here. If you have an orb but you don't want to peek short because you had a bad spawn, for example, most of the time it's the best idea to just come towards the sandbag area, and then you can just hold an angle like this. And then what's pretty powerful is that you just simply toss a flash like this, and then you can just look for any opening duels. And again, we would want our short player to have smoked this so he can move into this area, and then while the ARP is looking for picks, he's easily free to just move around here, and if the ARP has any contact, he can just swing out and try to get a kill. If the T's are using a smoke like this to deny the early molly and some early information, you can simply just throw a nade like this and then peek out. And if you're afraid of an enemy AWP holding you, the short player can just simply drop a flash like this. So you do the HE and the flash at the same time, and then you can peek out, and anyone playing behind the smoke will be blinded and you get some easy kills. Now let's finish the video off with some important utility that you might want to know. As a short player, if you have done this molo and you know that the T's are pretty much stuck in this area, a very good nade that you can always do is this one. For the sandbags player, again, the most important smoke is this one. A very good flash is this one, where you just get into the corner, aim on the bottom right corner like so, and then just do a left and right click throw where you do just one step forward. And this flash is going to allow your teammates on crane to just peek out here, and anyone that might be standing here on the left side will get completely blinded. If it did take you some time to do this smoke for the ramp area, it might be a good idea to just throw a flash like this, and then your teammate on short can just wait for the flash. If the T's put a lot of effort into taking short control, so maybe they molly here, maybe they molly here or nade this, so you're not able to play in a position like this, you can always use the smoke like this, where you just run towards the left side wall, and as soon as you reach this area here, you aim at the height of this vent, and then just don't move your mouse and just release the smoke. And then afterwards, you just come towards this wall, do a left and right click release for your molly, and this molly is going to burn in front of the smoke. And then even if you get mollied here, you just wait 1 second maybe or two, release this molly, and then once this molly is fading, your molly will still be up, and then you can retake control over this area. If you're playing from back here, one really good smoke that you can use is this one, where you just simply toss it off the plant box, and then the smoke is going to land like this. And what this will allow you to do is to move out here and have more freedom while moving on the railing here, and it also leaves a gap on the right side here, so you can move back into the side and take duels like so, which can be a really powerful thing to just catch people off guard. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Obviously, there's more stuff that you could talk about when it comes towards the A side on Vertigo. It's a very complicated site, but I think we talked about everything you need to know to hold onto the ramp area and understand how the A side works in pucks. So let me know what you think. Let me know what you want to see next. Don't forget the coaching giveaway. Info is down in the description. So yeah, have a wonderful day and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye.